think I'm recording. Yeah. Alrighty, gents. It is day 55. Monday, December 16th. So tomorrow will be officially 2 weeks into the new year. That's crazy. 2024 is almost over. Sorry, guys. Almost over. And, oh man, today was hard. Today was really hard, man. I don't know, man. Today was really hard. In terms of, we talked about, day 53, day 54 video that, last week was just a difficult week. And in terms of the amount of effort and work that I put into it, and you know what I mean? And so I was exhausted the whole week. And then on day 54 at night, got a message from one of the executives that our morning meeting was canceled for our morning meeting was canceled, and the windshield is a little bit foggy. So our morning meeting was canceled. That means that I'm gonna have to go in early to the office, and I'm really bad at talking, and with this, I am running very low on calories, as you can see. And so something, not have to get to a side tangent, but something that you might not realize is that when you're in a calorie restriction, and especially a carbohydrate restriction, and I'm not on a keto thing, I'm just by nature the fact that I'm not ingesting any actual food. You know what I mean? I am basically running on very minimal carbs every single day. And your brain mainly runs on carbs. Your brain expends a lot of calories, more than you would think. And so, its first source that it likes is carbs. So there is moments, man, where I'm like, I do feel like I'm working overtime to concentrate, or I get like towards the end of the day, I'm just like, I'm done. I don't want to think. But yeah, going back to what we're talking about, today was hard because I didn't have to go to the office. That's great. Got to sleep in a little bit. Worked for a little bit in the morning. Just decompressed in the afternoon. Worked a little bit in the afternoon, but mostly just at my own pace. Because we got our big kind of project, which was RMDs and all that. We got that all done basically today. I think we only have one client left to do, and that'll be probably done by Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe, hopefully. That one, it's not that much work. It's just we're waiting on the accountant to get back the figures for us. But but the problem is that I'm no longer at the stage where I'm not hungry. You know, for the most part of this whole journey, I have not been hungry, right? You know what I mean? But it is now hitting me. I think once I got into the 50s, it started hitting me. Like, I am hungry sometimes. You know what I mean? And it passes after I drink water, or drink a Diet Coke, or have my shake. You know what I mean? But it's no longer just a mental thing in terms of, that would be nice to have some fried chicken, or it would be nice to have some tacos. You know what I mean? Now it's, okay, now you're actually hungry. Like, you know what I mean? It's not so much a visual and, smell and taste kind of thing. Now it's an actual, okay, my stomach is actually calling for me to eat. And you couple that with the fact that from a mental standpoint, I do want to eat. So it's been hard. I mean, today I was like, man, I want to eat something. Right? And there is a simple remedy to this. I could just go back to upping my shakes. And when I say upping, I mean it's because I've been operating on 2-3 shakes for probably a good 2 weeks now. You know what I mean? And probably before that I was flirting with just doing 4 and 3 or 4. You know what I mean? So this past 2 weeks, 2 to 3 shakes. And probably last week or so, more on 2. So to combat that, I could up my shakes, but it's hard for me because I'm also like, hey, I'm not going the full 5 months. You know what I mean? I'm only going to go the 3 months in the first phase. You know what I mean? So I'd rather make those 3 months count. Now here's the other thing that we have to figure in. I went through the orientation for the Houston Methodist program, and they were telling, the orientation was like, phase 1 is 3 to 5 months. And they made a point of saying, the higher your BMI is, the longer you should do it, which makes sense, right? But then I got to thinking, right? I said, how many people do the full 5 months? And the reason why they do the full 5 months is because they fall off the wagon every once in a while. You know what I mean? My thinking is, if a person sticks true to the program to the letter for 3 months, it would have been the same as someone at the same BMI. They started at the same BMI, but the other person went to 5 months, and it was because every once in a while they were eating real food and they were going over their calorie limit. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I told myself, hey, let's do the 3 months. Because I'm losing at a rate faster. I've only had 1 week when I went under 5 pounds lost in a week. You know what I mean? And I think that was after I had 1 week where I lost like 12 pounds. You know what I mean? Versus the program says, based on 800 calories a day via protein shakes, you should be, males on average lost 3 to 5. Of course, that's average, meaning it's a group sample, and obviously there's going to be some outliers. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I was like, you know what? I don't want to go full, 5 shakes for 780 calories, because I want to make these 3 months count. And I will never want to have to do this again. I mean, I don't mind fasting every once in a while, you know what I mean? Because for spiritual reasons, you know what I mean? But fasting to lose weight, I never want to have to do that again. You know what I mean? So my thinking is, I'm not going to go the full 5 months. I'm not going to go all the way to March 20th. You know what I mean? I'm going to January 20th. Well, I will make these 3 months count. But, you know, it's day 55 and I'm struggling. And to be honest, I'm struggling. Now, I just did an hour of cardio for my salsa lesson. And, you know, you ever heard of those people that say after you do exercise you feel good? I'm one of those people because I do feel good after I work out. After I lift weights, after a cardio session, I do feel good. You know what I mean? Even on this calorie deficit, even though I'm tired, I feel good. You get a little bit of an energy boost because your body's like, okay, he's burning. You know, produce. Right? But, you know what I mean? I'm still struggling. Even right now, I've had 2 shakes today. I'm debating on having the 3rd one. I do not like to go to bed, you know what I mean, feeling hungry or feeling empty. I'm just not good at it, unfortunately. I used to be a lot better, but I think it was because I was eating so much calories that going to bed without eating was fine. You know what I mean? But I'm like, you know, there's a lot of, what is that word whenever you rationalize with yourself? Maybe it's that, I don't know. But, you know, there were some thoughts of like, okay, what if you have 800 calories worth of food? You know what I mean? Just one hit, you know what I mean? What if you take a bite of steak? Like, these are thoughts that I'm struggling with these past couple days, you know what I mean? And it's tough, man. It's really tough. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of leeway I can give myself. Because I can be like, okay, let's stay under 800 calories, but you know what I mean? I have enough calories that I could get a McChicken from a hot and spicy. I can get a hot and spicy right now from McDonald's, and I will not go over my calorie limit for the day. I won't. I'll probably be right at it. No, because the McChicken is about 400 calories. So I'll be a little bit under, you know what I mean, that 800 calories. And I'll tell you that I'll probably pay for it later on in terms of bowel movement or stomach pain. But I won't go over my 100 calories. And I love it. The issue is that I know myself. I have built a lot of mental fortitude in these last 55 days, and dare I say this year. I'm not where I want to be in my life, but I would say that 2024 probably has been the best year of my life. No, I want to say best year of my life. That's crazy. I would say it's been my best year in the last. 2022 was a good year. 2021 was not. 2020 was definitely not. 2019 was not. 2018 mixed. 2017 was an okay year. 2016, either way. I think this has been probably the best year of my life since I was, you know, probably in 10 years. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that I could look good at, but I've built a lot of mental fortitude. I've gotten better, you know, career-wise, you know what I mean? I've made progress in habits that can translate into all areas of my life. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm making steps towards it. But here's my thing is, I do not think I have the mental fortitude yet. I don't think I've built up the mental strength. What is going on here? to say, to be able to say, okay, you know what I mean? Based on your calories for the day, you can afford to have a hot and spicy. I don't think I have the mental capacity yet, you know, the wherewithal to be like, and let it stop there. You know what I mean? Because then the next step is, okay, let's order some medium fries, McDonald's, no salt. You know what I mean? Maybe it's, 250 calories. I'm only at 1,000 calories for the day. That's still good. I'm still under my calorie deficit. And then I say, okay, you know what? Let me have a double cheeseburger. That's another 500 calories. I'm at 1,500 calories now. You know what I mean? I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm still at least 1,500 calories under my calorie deficit. You know what I mean? It's like I know myself, and I know that I will spiral. Or maybe I won't. You know what I mean? Because who would have guessed that I would have lasted 55 days without ingesting actual food? You know what I mean? But I do not want to risk it. And you might say, well, one day, you might say, well, one day is not gonna, you know what I mean, break the vessel. You know what I mean? One day is not gonna make or break you. You're probably right. But then to get back into the swing of things, you know what I mean? I don't know if I can do that. You know what I mean? I just don't know. So it's very tough because I'm telling you guys, I'm struggling. I really am. And I'm loving the results. I mean, I'm wearing clothes that I haven't worn. I'm at the point now where I'm wearing clothes I've never worn, that I've had in my closet, because of, okay, this is whenever I lose weight and I'm at this size. You know what I mean? I'm also wearing clothes where, before I had, for instance, for church on Sunday, I wore 2 items that earlier this year I would have never worn. First, I wore like a denim shirt, like a denim button down, right? And the last time I think I wore that was Rodeo 2023. Yeah, so like March 2023. And back then, you know what I mean? It could not close. Like, even if I wanted it to close, it would not close. I use it open with an undershirt, right? Now it closes. And it fits well. It's not tight. It's the perfect fit, actually. You know what I mean? And then I wore some black joggers that I could not go past my thighs earlier this year. You know what I mean? And when I used to wear those pair of joggers back in the day, I mean, they would fit, like, barely fit at the waist. I've always had like even though I've had chunky, compared to a skinny person, chunky like calves and quads and hamstrings, relatively my legs are my more toned part of my body. You know what I mean? And it was one of those pairs of pants that once it got to my waist, she was like, okay, this is tight, or this is not, you know what I mean? It's not working. So I wore that combo and I felt comfortable, right? So, you love that part, and that part really does help you keep going. But then it keeps into your mind of like, hey, you're doing so well. One meal, one day, you'll be fine, right? And it could be that I will, but I just don't know, and I don't want to risk it. I don't. You know what I mean? I just don't. And so I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's been 55 days, and I have 35 more days to go. Now, if I look back, I should go back to my day 20 video. I want to see what I was talking about then, because that's the same distance between day 20 to day 55 is 35 days. The same distance that I have until I end phase 1. And I know I've talked about this in like probably last week, where I was like, I think phase 1, I'm gonna have a day where maybe I use my full 1,100 calories for like a quote unquote unhealthy meal. Still staying within my calorie, but it's not gonna be the healthiest meal. And as I get closer to 90 days, I do realize that I think that it's gonna be true. So like I said, it's day 55, but then again, a lot can happen in 35 days. You know what I mean? So, what I'll say is I'm going to keep going until I can't no more. And I'm someone that's incredibly hard on myself, and it's very hard for me to celebrate wins. It's very hard for me to be proud of myself. I'm not really satisfied with myself. But I do, and not to give myself a cop out or give myself flowers, undue. But I do think that if I slip up one of these days, the key is, right? And the key is to, get back on it. And I will say that I think this year I have grown that ability to fail, or to not feel good about myself, or to not be immediately good at something and then continue. I do think that I've grown that. And now how I've grown that to the point where my arch nemesis, number one, I can defeat, which is my self-control when it comes to food. I don't know. But I do feel confident in the ability to get back on the wagon, but I'm not sure. And I'm the type of person that I'm growing out of this, but I do like certainties. I do like guarantees. I find comfort in them. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, guys, I've been faithful. I've been faithful to this, and it's been a great journey, and I'm excited for moving forward. I know that I do feel confident that I will meet my goals, and that this time is different. But I still have that but I still have that fear of delaying my process, delaying my victory, delaying, my transformation, even more than I have so. And that's really what worries me. You know what I mean? Is that I wasted so much time, I don't want to waste more time. You know what I mean? I wasn't mentally strong before. I want to become mentally stronger. I have consistency or persistency or diligence or determination or perseverance. I want to have that now. So, but yeah, 55 days in the book. 54 days in the book. Tomorrow will be no. Yeah, 55 days. Tomorrow is day 56. So 55 days in the book. Tomorrow is day 56 weigh-in. Excited for that. Honestly, man, I will tell you this. I will be disappointed, and this will also be another mental, how will I react to if I get disappointed? If it's not over 7, I'm going to lose my crap. I feel for the amount of effort that I have put in the last week, the restriction that I have enacted, it has to be minimum 7 pounds loss. Minimum. So we'll see tomorrow. We'll see in about 8 hours. No, about 9 hours. I like to weigh myself first thing when I wake up. Oh my God! So it's gonna be something. It is definitely gonna be something. Right before we get home, I know this is probably one of my longer videos. So there's these 2 girls that show up to the salsa on level 1, and they're both cool people, but it's so hard nowadays. I can't tell if they're just friends. They've never showed once any like hand holding or like kissing or any kind of affection touch, but they do come together, and I don't know, man. It's like nowadays you just don't know, right? But one of them is kind of pretty. Like, she's cute. She has a nice body, but I just couldn't tell. And I didn't want to make it weird, so I didn't. Hopefully, I see them around. But hopefully I see them around. At least I see her around. There's this other girl. I think she's like one of the part-time instructors, maybe. But I see her taking the most advanced class. Oh, she is drop dead gorgeous. Like whoever wifes her up, bro, is like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, she's the definition of beautiful. You know what I mean? When I say beautiful, I feel like that word gets tossed around a little bit too much. Like, face card, no makeup. No makeup, gorgeous. Body, amazing. You know what I mean? A lot of people a lot of guys especially will be like, oh man, she's freaking beautiful. But really, what they're really talking about is that she has a great body. It's not so much that she's beautiful, she has a great body. But this young woman, you know what I mean, is beautiful. Like classic, like beauty. Like, think of 90s level of beauty. That's what she is, man. Unfortunately, I'm just not in a position yet to even approach her, man. And not saying that I'm scared to do so in a sense. What I'm saying is, I don't think it would be fair to her. You know what I mean? For her man, for her, you know what I mean? To not be at a level of physical fitness that she would probably desire. And that's fair. So 55 days, guys. Échale ganas. It's been a good day, even though it's been difficult. Alrighty, gents. Ugh.